Life is a beautiful journey, filled with moments of joy, laughter, and love. But as time passes, we begin to realize just how fragile that journey truly is. Watching our parents or grandparents grow older is a blessing, but it also comes with changes, some so small we barely notice them, and others so profound they stop us in our tracks. No one can ever say the exact moment when life will come to an end. But sometimes, there are gentle signals, quiet warnings, that tell us a loved one may be approaching their final year. It's not easy to talk about this. Death is never a comfortable subject, and thinking about losing someone we love can feel unbearable. Yet, recognizing these signs can help us prepare, emotionally, practically, and spiritually. Most importantly, it allows us to make sure our loved one spends their last chapter surrounded by dignity, comfort, and care. In this video, I want to share with you 5 subtle signs that an elderly person may be in their final year. These signs are not predictions carved in stone, but they are important signals to notice. Understanding them will help you support your loved one with patience, compassion, and love. So, let's begin. Sign 1, a noticeable decline in strength and mobility. One of the clearest changes is in physical strength. Aging naturally slows us down, but in the final year, the decline can become more sudden and more visible. Everyday tasks that once seemed easy, like getting up from a chair, walking to the bathroom, or climbing a few steps, now take effort. Falls or stumbles may happen more often, and recovery from even a small injury feels longer and harder. You might also notice unintentional weight loss or a frail look, as if the body is slowly letting go of its reserves. Think about a father who once loved working in his garden, proudly tending to his plants. Now, even holding the watering can feel heavy, and he prefers sitting and simply watching the flowers grow. Or maybe your grandmother who always walked to the market now spends most of her day resting in her chair. This isn't just old age. Often, it's the body conserving its limited energy for what matters most. In these moments, what your loved one needs most is patience. Tasks that once took minutes may now take much longer. Instead of rushing them, walk beside them. Offer your hand, but also give them the dignity of moving at their own pace. Sign 2, pulling away from social and emotional connections. Another sign is less obvious but equally important: withdrawal. Elderly people nearing the end often start stepping back from the world around them. Family gatherings may feel overwhelming, and they prefer to stay in their room. Conversations that once lasted an hour may now be only a few sentences. They may sit quietly for long periods, lost in thought, choosing silence over engagement. Why does this happen? Sometimes it's simply exhaustion. Social interaction takes energy, and they may not have much left. Other times, it's emotional. They may sense their body is fading and, in their own quiet way, they are preparing for departure. It can hurt when a once talkative parent suddenly becomes quiet, or when a grandparent who loved visitors now prefers to be alone. But this isn't rejection, it's part of the natural process of letting go. The best thing you can do? Be present. Don't pressure them to talk. Sit beside them, hold their hand, or just share the silence. Sometimes, love doesn't need words, it only needs presence. Sign 3, more frequent health complications. As the body nears its limits, medical issues tend to appear more often. Infections like pneumonia or urinary tract infections may keep coming back. Hospital visits that used to happen once a year may now happen every few weeks. Medications that once kept conditions stable may no longer work as effectively. Chronic diseases, like heart failure, kidney problems, or dementia, can begin to progress faster. For example, you might see your loved one admitted to the hospital for dehydration, then again for chest pain, and then for a fall, all in the span of a few months. And each time, they don't bounce back the way they used to. This is often a sign that the body is struggling to maintain balance. It's not about giving up hope, it's about asking different questions. What will bring the most comfort? Is another painful treatment really necessary, or is rest and peace the better choice? Many families find that at this stage, shifting the focus from aggressive treatment to comfort care, like hospice or palliative care, brings more peace to both the patient and the family. Sign 4. Shifts in eating, sleeping, and energy. Another subtle but telling change is in daily routines. Food may lose its appeal. They eat less and less, sometimes just a few spoonfuls at a time. Even when they do eat, the body no longer seems to absorb the nutrients, leading to noticeable weight loss. Sleep takes over most of their day. They may spend 16 to 20 hours resting and still appear tired. When they're awake, their movements are slower, their voice softer, their energy lower. This is not laziness, it's simply the body's natural way of winding down. Doctors often say that the body knows when it's preparing for the end, and it begins conserving energy for only the most essential functions. For families, this can be worrying, even frustrating. You might want to encourage them to eat more or stay awake longer. But forcing food or activity often only causes discomfort. Instead, offer small bites of their favorite dishes, or simply let them rest. At this stage, comfort matters far more than calories or routines. Sign 5. Spiritual and emotional readiness. Perhaps the most profound sign is one that comes not from the body, but from the heart. Many elderly people, often without saying it directly, begin preparing themselves for departure. They may talk more openly about death, recalling loved ones who passed before them. They might take steps to settle things, passing on belongings, asking to see certain people, or reconciling old conflicts. You may notice an unusual sense of peace, as though fear has given way to acceptance. Spirituality often takes center stage, whether through prayer, reflection, or simply sitting quietly with a sense of calm. Imagine an elderly mother who calls each of her children, one by one, to give them blessings. Or a father who carefully divides his personal belongings among his grandchildren. These are not random acts, they're ways of closing life's circle with grace. For families, this stage can be bittersweet. Hearing them talk about leaving may bring tears, but it's also a gift. They are giving you the chance to say goodbye, to share love, and to create memories that will live on long after they are gone. Noticing these signs doesn't mean you should lose hope, it means your hope changes shape. Instead of hoping for more years, you begin to hope for more comfort, more peace, more love in the time that remains. If you see these signs in someone you love, remember. Be there. Even silence shared together can mean more than words. Listen. Let them speak if they wish, or simply rest in your presence. Respect their wishes, even if they're different from your own. Create an environment of calm, safety, and warmth. The final year of life is not just about endings, it's also about deep connections, forgiveness, gratitude, and love. By noticing these gentle signals, you can ensure your loved one's last chapter is written not with fear, but with dignity and compassion. Every life is a story, and every ending deserves respect. If you notice these signs, don't panic, but don't ignore them either. Use this time to honor their journey, hold their hand, and let them feel your love in every moment. Thank you for being here. If these words touched you, please share them with others who may need comfort and guidance. And always remember, life is not measured by the number of years we live, but by the love we give and the love we leave behind.